Hey, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 19 Ultimate Team Road to Glory. This is episode number 183. Now in today's episode what we need to do is finish off our weekend league. Now we got up to a fairly decent amount of wins in the end of the last episode. I think we ended up coming out at like 9-3, but I wasn't super happy with this squad. You know that in the last episode, a lot of the times, even in the first half, I was making some substitutions to bring back my, aerial threat players, such as either Ibrahimovic or Aubameyang. So I'm actually going to switch it back to my main squad, which is the 4-3-3 starter, and I feel like that's just how I'm going to go. It suits me a lot better. I wanted to really work with like Alejandro Gomez and Eden Hazard, but I feel like one of them would be great. So maybe we bring Hazard back in for Arnautovic and play him on 7 chemistry. But that's something for another time. But yeah, to have maybe one small, tricky, fast, good dribbler player who can cross the ball in, that will work brilliantly. But then at the other side of things, you kind of need that Ibra or that Aubameyang, someone that's going to be able to jump up, hit that header, and make it fly into the back of the net. So we're actually 9-3 in the weekend league. That's how we ended things off, and it's time to go into some games today. Now, if you guys do enjoy, do me a massive favour, hit that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If we can hit anywhere near 2,000 likes, that would be awesome. The support lately has been great, so I just want to say thank you so much for that. Yeah, let's get into this first game, shall we? I finally go 1-0 up against this guy. It took like 39-40 minutes for that to happen, because we were very similar levels, I would say. Like, he had a nice squad. He plays it over to Royce, and what an equaliser that is. To be fair to the guy, that's a great goal. Not much I can do about that to try and stop it, but as you can see, moving on into the second half, Ibra's on. Of course, we have Aubameyang at the back post, and Cristiano Ronaldo's there to score probably not quite an equally nice goal, but it was still a very nice goal nonetheless. We get gifted a penalty later on in the game. My opponent saves it, but watch what happens from it. I'm able to keep possession. Ronaldo turns the defender well, whips it into the box, LB cross, and there is Zlatan there to head that one home. So, although we missed the penalty, we basically got the goal from the same play, and that's what is important, right? So, we come away with a 3-1 win. And that takes us up to our 10 wins. So, 10-3. Definitely had better, definitely had worse, but we'll take it. My next opponent clearly has been screwed by the fact that Kondogbia's nation changed. I reckon his team was basically full chemistry before that, but so yeah, his road to the final, Kondogbia, it's a little bit annoying for him that he wasn't able to stay French and just the new versions of cards change nation, but because I guess that's a live item, every time he got an upgrade, that becomes a new item, doesn't it? So I guess that's how that one works. Because there are still French Kondogbias on the game, right? That's just like the regular 82 rated version, as far as I'm aware anyway. 2-0 up against this guy and his nice squad with Messi and co, and he decides to quit. But I was fully dominating that one. That was like one of the only games this weekend which kind of felt like easy. And then I match this, and I am just like, what is this team? Like, that is unbelievable. That is a beautiful squad right there. I would say an awful lot of money has been spent to acquire that squad. I lasted 12 odd minutes before Eusebio got a couple of attempts at headers. Second one goes in there and we go 1-0 down. Marcelo then plays it into Ronaldo. Great La Croqueta, and he plays it to Eusebio, and like, the guy's literally got 99 shooting. That Eusebio has 99 shooting. That's crazy to think. Like, madness. So I'm like, well, why waste my time? It's cool. If I didn't have time constraints this weekend and I wasn't in a rush to get my games done, I would have wanted to play the 90 minutes or whatever against that guy, just to see how bad it would be against a complete and utter mega team. He was obviously a great player, finished in the top 100 a couple of times as far as I could see on FootWiz, and yeah, not a bad player, but you know, it wasn't worth wasting my time over. But time constraints meant that I really did have to rush my games, and that actually rushed my, like, when I was in game, I was rushing my play, and that's not a good thing. And I mean, I'll spoil it now, but we get one of the worst weekend league finishes I've ever had. Probably the worst weekend league finish of FIFA 19, like, totally for me. Which is not good. It's embarrassing. It's not really a happy time, and you'll see that the meltdown kind of comes from probably around this sort of point. My opponent gets an equaliser here. I was 2-1 up. Aurier then plays it into Nedved. Nedved to Ronaldo. Whip that one over to Alejandro Gomez, and you can see Ibra's at the back post there. We get back into the lead, kind of deservedly. I wanted to try and hold it though, because this guy kept getting back in it. Best whips it in. Rashford's there, and look at that for a header. That player of the month, Rashford. I'm so jealous of anyone that has it. I didn't have the coins at the time to get him, but I really, really wish I did own him. So this one goes all the way to extra time, and my opponent scores a 4th goal there with George Best. 99 minutes on the clock. Annoying, but hey, we'll push on. We'll try and get another goal back in this game, get that equaliser late on. Aurier plays it through to Ronaldo. What a ball that is, and what a finish by Cristiano. So hey, 4-4, 114th minute. This game's going to go to penalties, and rather than show you an entire shootout, I miss a couple, but my opponent doesn't really miss any, and he gets the win. So yeah, waste of time to watch all of that unfold. My opponent gets the win from penalties. At that point, it really is a 50-50. I'm not a massive fan of penalties. I wish I was better at them, is what I guess I'm getting at. Like, I wish I knew how to do them a little bit better. But it is what it is. So, a loss comes from that one. We can then push on and try and get a win against this guy, though. He's got a nice team, but I started well. I got a goal with Nedved, and then I play it into Ronaldo, do his defender, and managed to get that second goal. So, that's like the all-important one. And that, like, if it was like online singles, would probably equal the rage quit. But in Foot Champs, people tend to, like, keep going a little bit longer, and despite me making one good challenge with Van Dijk right there, he gets a second go at it and gets 1 goal back. But in the second half, Ibra whips it back stick to Aubameyang. There we go. We can restore that 2-goal lead. Feel a lot more comfortable at 3-1, but definitely not comfortable enough. I know that these games can turn and sway really quickly. Aubameyang knocks it into Crespo, turns my defender, bam, top of the net. There's the goal back. Now I'm worried. Now my opponent starts really going on the attack. Bale whips a lovely ball over to Crespo, and what a finish that is. Not much you can say. That's just a good finish. A lovely ball over. I would need to get right in front of Crespo in order to stop that one, and I just couldn't quite make it happen. However, we push forward. Nedved plays it into Ronaldo. Scoop turn, driven shot that has loads of power and is going to fly past the goalkeeper. But can we stay in the lead? Eden Hazard absolutely doing me in down that left wing. He was a struggle when he came on, and then Aubameyang gets the equaliser. Just some nice passing and some nice movement from my opponent, but I want this win. Nedved whips it in. Ibra's there to head home in the 85th minute. This time we're back in the lead again. Can we hold on to it though? Yes. He pushed forward right at the end, but I was able to just about hold things out. And a very, very close match turns into a 5-4 win. Pushes me up to 12 wins. So then we match another squad like this with multiple Team of the Years, and I am just like, what are these teams? They're crazy. 99 Modric, 97 De Bruyne and Mbappe, 96 Varane. Just like a lovely, lovely squad. And I knew that, so off the bat, my opponent's got me on team, but like maybe I could... I held him out to the 48th minute, literally at the start of the second half. So I did quite well, and I thought like I could win this one, so I stayed in it. I didn't decide to rage quit or anything just yet. Cancelo whips one across. Who's going to be there? Anderson Talisca I decided to bring on. I get the equaliser. 1-1 then, 75 minutes on the clock. Can I stick this one out, or is my opponent going to beat me? Well, he plays it in here to Mahrez, who strikes it lovely. I mean, it's a green time shot. My opponent's obviously put a bit of power onto that one, and it's flown in nicely for him. Can I get back into this game again? Well, Talisca with some nice work, plays it into Ronaldo, and I somehow just about scoop it round, stick it in the back of the net. So it goes to extra time. Mahrez turns me lovely. This red 87 Mahrez was a pain for me. It come on as a substitute, I think, and really, really was difficult to mark. And my opponent just held out for the rest of the game. I end up losing 3-2, and I'm pretty sure this is what starts a pretty awful spell for me of losses in a row. So we come up against this guy. He's got a Pele, he's got a Best, he's got a Crespo. I give away a penalty 9 or 10 minutes into this game because I'm playing a bit stressed. I'm playing a bit ragey right now, and we go 1-0 down. He then sweats it across to Neymar, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really want to stay in this one. So this is when my head had started to go. My head had been removed from my body, and I was just playing angry, playing stupid, and that's never a good thing. So we go into the next one. This guy's got a nice meta squad. He's got a couple of headliners in there that are nicely rated. 91 Royce and an 88 Rashford. Rashford was very difficult to deal with, as the player of the month normally is as well. But it is Royce that absolutely thunderbolts that low-driven shot past me 7 minutes in. And then Ronaldo gets past, plays it in. Oh, no, he doesn't. I thought he was going to play the pass, but I just took the shot in the end, and that one sails home. A good goal. Deserved goal as well, I must say. But I give a penalty away. Again, in another game. And Ibra scores, and I'm 2-1 down. Yeah, I was making some sloppy challenges. Like I said, playing angry is about the most stupid thing you can do. And as you can see here, this is like 2 games in a row where I've gone 2 goals down, and that was my rule at this point. I was in such a rush to play my games that I was like, if I go 2 goals down, I'm out. All right, I don't really care. I just need to get into another game. I literally need like 2 more wins or something. I need to match against an opponent that I can beat, and I haven't got much time to do it in. So that basically is how it went for me. So this game right here, 11 minutes in, I chase a ball down and whip it into the box. Actually score with Arnautovic. First time he's kind of done that in a while, because, well, he hasn't really been in the team up until this little session of games, has he? And then Ronaldo scores probably one of the best goals I've scored on FIFA. I think I was controlling Arnautovic, but Ronaldo still took the bicey. It was beautiful. It was a really nice goal from CR7, and yeah, you know, hopefully it will last. But this guy loved a La Croqueta, and I struggle against people that do La Croquetas. They're quite a fast skill move, so if you hit them right, you really, really do someone's defender with it. And this guy was doing multiple in a row, and I couldn't tell which way he was going to go. He got back into the match with an equalising goal, and then he literally pretty much instantly went 3-2 up. And I think at this point I'm like ready to punch things and ready to throw things and ready to give up. But you can't just give up. You can't. You got to keep pushing. So we got an equaliser, which took us to extra time, and then more La Croquetas later. He then just literally sweats it across to Mbappe. The smart play there, and he gets that 4-3 goal. I really, really want to beat this guy, though. The La Croquetas wound me up. I'm not going to lie. It really, really annoyed me how I couldn't defend against them. So I get my equaliser 106 minutes in, and he pushes forward again and strikes it with Mbappe and gets another goal. 5-4 after 113 minutes. Is there any chance for me here? Well, right at the very end, I whip the ball down to Ronaldo, who cuts back and whips one in for my favourite, Zlatan, to get the goal in the 119th, 120th minute. That's 5-5. It's going to send this one to penalties. And again, long story short, I managed to save one of his and just stay ahead, score all of mine. And then he smacks the bar on the final one, which means I get the win. I was losing that game until the 119th minute and 30 seconds or something. So yeah, it was it felt pretty good to kind of get back on track and get that win that I needed. Then we push into this match right here. Very nervous to play someone who's got a red Van Dijk, a Cruyff and Ronaldo, and just nice players. David Luiz is obviously always difficult to play against. I know I have him, but he's very difficult to come up against. He's a very aggressive centre-back on FIFA 19. However, Arnautovic plays it into Nedved, into Ronaldo, and just like all of those passes and shots they were all just like on the turn, but it worked out for me. Torreira then whips one towards Aubameyang. David Luiz heads that away nicely, but look at the sloppy clearance, falls to Nedved, and I'm able to score to go 2-0 up in this one. Can I hold on to this game? Well, second half comes around. Nedved La Croquetas me a couple of times, and it seems to be that skill move when I watch back afterwards that really, really just messes me up. They're the ones that, again, La Croqueta here from Aubameyang, La Croqueta again. I just don't know when to defend that, because I'll give a penalty away if I make a challenge there. So I think that's the skill move I would love to really add to my like locker. I want to like build that into my play. I lose 3-2 in this game, which was very annoying, because look, he had 3 shots on target all game. They all went in. Yeah, so that was annoying to say the least. But we push on into the next game here. And this is going to be the final match of the weekend league. So I am going to go ahead and beat this guy. But take a look at the squad he's got. It's a very nice team. Maybe not necessarily all on full chemistry, but lots of meta players nonetheless. I pushed through with Ronaldo quite early. Hit a La Croqueta of my own. And enough power to take that one underneath Kasper Schmeichel. Oh, that's the reason I beat this guy. Because he gets a second yellow with Rio and just quits. I mean, no doubt this guy was an alright player, but he would have got back into it probably, you know, in how my weekend league was going. But because he got a red card, he dashboarded the game so that he didn't receive that red card fully and he could play the next match. And for me, because I was winning 1-0 already, it gives me the win. So that took me up to 14-10. Worst weekend league I've ever had. But if you don't, I mean, like, the end goal is to get to 14 wins. I did that by Saturday evening, and I needed to get to that. I don't really understand what we're playing the weekend league for. I'm playing the weekend league because I really don't like rivals, and there's not always objectives to do in online singles. And I do like getting rewards, even though the red rewards are kind of useless. But I like getting the packs, which don't seem to give me much luck. And I like getting the coins. So I guess I will probably continue playing the weekend league. I really hope TOTS comes soon so that we can be playing for maybe TOTS players like we've done in previous years. That would be ideal. But for now, you know, we will continue on our road. I don't like rivals, so I don't plan on playing rivals. I might have to do that for a couple of episodes during this week because I don't know what else I'll do. It's a pretty light week in terms of like content and stuff on FIFA, so I'll have to figure something out, won't I? We'll work it out throughout the week. But yeah, guys, if you have enjoyed today's episode, do me a massive favour. Hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow the Insta, follow the Twitter. Those links can be found